Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it's Saturday, and you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases, the time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, United States Postal Service, Amazon, UPS, FedEx, and of course that old outlaw Waylon Jennings. And we also discuss all the action figure news of the week that was, wrap it all up into a big ball, and we call it weekly purchases. And we always kick off weekly purchases with a little bit of a recap of the week that was on the channel. So what do we do on the channel? Well, guess what? Another huge week on the channel. A lot of videos, a lot of stuff going on. A little bit slow this week if you saw my figure hunting video, so not a ton of stuff out in the stores, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the figure hunts every single Friday on the channel. But this week we did my top 10 Star Wars Black Series figures of 2021, my top 10 Masters of the Universe figures of 2021, and of course you guys know over the last few weeks we did Marvel Legends, we did all the different wrestling lines. Anyways, it all culminated in a final best of the year list where I took all the winners of all the single videos, 11 videos in all, put those guys all together, and we did my top 11 action figures of 2021, and I put them in order. And I've been hearing from a lot of you guys that number one was very surprising to you, but really shouldn't be if you sit and think about it and you go back to the reviews and stuff like that. But a very, very interesting year 2020 was in the action figure game. I'm sure a lot of you guys would fully agree with that. A lot of good, a lot of bad, a little bit in the middle, just like every other year. But the top 11 figures of the year, check out that video if you have not watched that yet. Make sure you add that to your playlist. You wouldn't want to miss it. So there it is. So we did that. We recapped the year. That was everything. We also did on the channel this week, we did the top 5 worst wrestling figures of the year. I figured that would be a fun one to do. Pretty easy to do. I think a lot of those are on your guys' list as well. But we did do that as our traditional Thursday top 5, Kyle Peterson top 5, or top 10 every once in a while on Thursdays. We do those videos. Now we're going to get back to our regular rotation. Over the last month or so, it's been all year-end award list. Now we got to get back into it. I'm asking you guys, who do you want to see next week? I don't know. I'm kicking it around. I might do a top 5 or a top 10, some wrestling figure, and I'll give my favorites in order. And of course, I'll ask for you guys to do yours. But stay tuned. Every single Thursday on the channel, we do a top 5 list, and maybe we'll have a surprise one this Thursday. So stay tuned. We also did our weekly Jakks Classic Superstars video. Always fun deep diving into those. Getting dangerously close to our Deluxe Aggression, Classic Deluxe Aggression figures that were at Toys R Us. We're going to work into that line. We got one more kind of miscellaneous video to do this week coming up. Be prepared for that. Jakks Classic Superstars bootleg figures is what we're going to be talking about. So I thought that would be an interesting one, and one that's never, I don't think, really been talked about on YouTube. So stay tuned for that. But last week, hopefully you guys enjoyed Andre the Giant, Ric Flair. Are they classic superstars or are they not? I give some points as to why and why not. Very, very murky waters. You guys go look at that video, take your vote, tell me what you guys think in that video. We did our weekly Star Wars video. Yes, we have transitioned to a weekly Star Wars video in 2022. As you guys all know, 2021 was the year of the daily Star Wars. I got Guinness Book of World Records on the horn. I was beating them down all year long. I said, guys, nobody's ever done this. Stay tuned. It's all documented here on YouTube. Well, as you guys can see, business, it's picking up. So stay tuned for that. But hopefully enjoy the weekly Star Wars video. They'll be every week in 2022. You guys know me. I never let you guys down, and they will be there. The hardest working man on YouTube. Not to pat myself on the back too hard like a young Barry Horowitz, but you know what I mean. So there it is, Star Wars videos. We also unboxed hot off the truck earlier this week, Marvel Legends retro cards, Scarlet Witch and Vision. Check that out if you missed it. Solid figures. Ones I was originally going to pass on. You know, FOMO. It got me, and I'm glad I ended up picking those up. We did the entire wave of Elite Series 91 Sunday, which is tomorrow, depending when you're watching this. But I will have my recap video where we recap the whole set. Plus, I give you my set rankings. That might surprise some people as well. So check out that video starting Sunday on the channel. Figure Hunt Weekly, we already talked about that. One I've been excited for, we finally did on the channel. I think it was last Sunday. We did the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys Swamp Thing. You guys know old Kyle loves himself some Swamp Thing, so I was very happy to pick that one up. Now the hunt continues for the Silver Platinum Edition. I definitely have to pick that one up as well. And then we did the Masters of the WWE Universe Series 8, the final series. We haven't done Series 7 yet. Stay tuned for that. But we did Series 8, the final series. A little bit out with a whimper, but we discussed that. If you guys are in the Masters WWE Origins, check that video out as well. And we got a lot of good videos coming to the channel next week. So as always, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Sharing is caring. Share with the other people. Of course, we had our 12,000 follower giveaway. We'll have that a little later in the episode, so stay tuned. If you want to win that, you got to stay in tune. So check that out. Now the march to 13,000 begins. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. There you go. And there's a lot of cool stuff coming to the channel, coming to my life as well. I got some interesting calls in the last couple of weeks. Hopefully more to come on the channel. I'll tell you guys in a while. I really can't talk too much about it right now, but I think it's something you guys all might enjoy. So stay tuned for that. You might be seeing me in other places, maybe some other avenues. Who knows? You never know. You never know what might happen in this strange world. But when the phone rings, pick it up. There you go. All right, how about a little wrestling news? Let's start off with some wrestling news this week. A little bit quiet on the AEW and Mattel front this week. Not a lot going on, but you know who does? Chella Toys. Every single week they are in this video. They get their name in there somehow with some kind of a release, some kind of discussion. And the one we saw this week that set the world afire, internet afire, maybe not, but a little bit. Chella Toys, their Bone Crushers, don't call them Crunchers line. We did get pictures of Ultimo Dragon, Sonny Ono, of course. We talked about those last week. We heard about Dwayne Gill. He's coming. Old Gilbert fighting to get a Bone Crusher. But we saw some prototype images of Adam Bomb and the Blue Meanie. Very, very cool looking figures here. I mean, they definitely look like Bone Crushers. I'm going to mess that up. You guys know I will. I'm sure you guys are too. But we saw those very interesting looks. Obviously, they look like the Bone Crunchers of old. Blue Meanie, I don't know if they'll fix that. He should be blue in his shirt. I think there's some purple going on there. But for what they are and what they're supposed to represent, at least on these prototypes we're seeing, I think they look fabulous. I think they look really good. Now, if you guys remember, we talked about this. I said it's all going to come down to what the price point is going to be for these. That's always the thing, because guess what? People vote with their wallet. There's a lot of people that want these. Like, yeah, I'd pick these up. I'd pick these up. But it sounds like these are going to be $40 a piece plus shipping. Yes, 40 plus shipping. Very similar to, I guess the retros are about 25, 26 plus shipping. So they are a little bit more expensive. They are obviously a 6-inch figure. But I have a feeling, I don't know, I think there's a lot of people that say they love Bone Crunchers back in the day, that absolutely love them. I like them. I enjoy them. I got a ton. You guys have seen my collection. I wouldn't put them with my Hasbros, my LJNs, my Elites, even with my Jazzwares figures. I just wouldn't. I think a lot of people are in that same boat. I'm not sure how many Bone Cruncher purists are out there that are willing to spend $40 a piece for these plus shipping. I just don't know. It's going to be a very, very interesting test, a very interesting task. Bone Crunchers were really very popular a couple years ago. There was a bit of a rise in those. Thanks to the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, they were really pushing those very hard at the time. There was a big rise during that time. I think now it's subsided quite a bit, honestly. It'll be interesting. I'm going to give these a shot. I'm not sure if I'm going to be 100% complete. It's like you got to make choices sometimes. But Blue Meanie very much interests me. I am hoping we'll get Stevie Richards, Hollywood Nova. I do assume those will be coming as well. So I'm definitely into that. I don't know if I'm going to be getting ECW guys. I mean, there's a lot of rumors on the internet about an ECW favorite coming to this line here. Maybe next week it might be announced. We'll see. But very interesting. Adam Bomb, of course, very cool. Getting people to fill in some gaps in the collection, I like that idea. I just don't know about the $40 price point. Somebody like me that's living this life and just crazy and deep into it, but what about the casual fans out there? And that is part of the reason of the $40 price point. They're not Mattel. They're not Jazzwares. They're not a major, huge company that has a lot of money. They got to get a return on their investment, you know? They just have to. That's business 101. Put the business hat on. So this is the price point they figured out to make the profits, pay the talent, all that. It's just people vote with their wallets, as we always say on the channel. So we'll see. I'm sure some of your guys' feedbacks won't be the best in there, saying there's no way these are worth $40 and stuff. I get it. It's all perspective of where you sit. As you guys know, I sit right here. I'm giving it the wait-and-see approach. I want to see the packaging. I want to see better pictures, all that kind of stuff. But I'll definitely pick up a few. Not sure right now if I'll be all in, but we'll see. Time will tell. Stay tuned. 2022 is going to be an interesting one for some of these third-party companies, as we're seeing. And we're going to continue on with Chella. Chella making announcements left and right this week. Greg the Hammer Valentine retro-style figure. Genius move by Chella's part here. I'm kind of surprised Zombie Sailor didn't think of this before Chella did, as he's kind of been in the game a little bit longer. I'm a little surprised, but Greg Valentine coming to that in the rhythm and blues costume. I've talked my story about that figure ad nauseum on the channel over the years, but a figure a lot of us wanted, a lot of us needed. I have one of those customs that a lot of people have those customs out there. It'll be nice to put that away and put this in its place. So this is a must-have. I think this probably will be the most popular Chella toy retro style figure to date. As you know, every day their name gets out there more. They're on my channel. Not that I'm some big powerful media outlet, but they get in my voice every single week. I'm talking about them. I think a lot of people are going to be grabbing this Greg the Hammer Valentine. I think it's too good to pass up. How about? And then they also announced here on Friday, Gail Kim getting a female retro style figure, and it sounds like she's also going to get a classic, more elite style figure as well. I'd assume both of those in 2022, but it'd be really good. I'm excited about the Mattel Elite size style. I hope we get that Dynamite and Sabu and those start rolling a little bit faster. We'll see. I don't know when that Gale will come, but the Gale Retro, they showed prototype pictures, renders, drawings. You guys know how it goes. Very interesting looking figure. I don't know how popular Gail Kim is today compared to 5-10 years ago. Obviously, a big name in WWE, but really cemented her career in TNA, of course. But good. I'm happy for anybody different getting figures. I love a little bit of variety is the spice of life, as one might say. So it's good to get Gail Kim. I'm a little more excited about her 6-inch scale figure with the Elites, but I'll probably be picking this retro one up. So very cool. And you guys let me know in the comments, what are you thinking about these Chella announcements here? Are you all in? And then finally with Chella, Haystacks Calhoun and Dynamite Kid back up for pre-order. Search Chella, you'll find those out there. There's different places that sell them, but if you missed out on the first time around, now's your second chance. I did pre-order both those. I have that Dynamite Kid one. I have not unboxed it yet. I just keep going back and forth. And you know what I'm thinking about doing? Follow me on Twitter, SirPaul64, of course. Follow me on YouTube, the community tab stuff. I'm thinking about putting a poll up. I think I know where the answer is going to go, but I'll put a poll. Do I open Dynamite Kid on the channel, or do I leave it in the package? You guys choose my adventure. I think you guys are probably going to say open it up. You guys are maniacs like me, so I like it. But I might put that up. I just keep going back and forth of what to do with this. But I'm leaning towards opening it up, but we'll see what the poll says. How about? Sounds good to me. So there it is. Make sure you vote when that poll does go up. And then finally, heels and faces. When we're talking retro, we're always getting a little heels and faces. They did show a picture of that brand new Kevin Sullivan versus Andre the Giant, so you can kind of see the size comparisons, because there was some feedback out there. Well, is Andre going to be the same size as everybody else? Well, he proved it right there. Andre's going to be a little bit bigger, but at the same time, you could say from that picture, well, Kevin Sullivan's a little guy. Is he littler than everybody else? Is it a little of that famous smoke and mirrors? But it looks like it's going to scale just nicely, is what Zombie Sailor says. So we'll see. A lot of Zombie Sailor talk. I just hope he can get those figures out fairly soon, fairly consistency. A lot of talk, not a lot of product in hand, as we've been saying since the get-go. And he's got enough people signed for years of releases. I just don't know. But hopefully we get those, I think, February 2022 Series 1, maybe the Danhausen, Jeff Jarrett around that time as well. I can't wait. I'm very excited. The packaging looks phenomenal on those. The figures look phenomenal. So stay tuned for those. We'll be talking about them on the channel when the time comes. So whoa, stop the clock, hold the phone. Of course, right as I finish up weekly purchases, we get a hot drop from the old Jazzwares team, as we now know Unrivaled Series 8 coming sooner than later, I guess we'll call it, but we finally got some in-package glamour shots, and you know what that means. Whenever the in-package glamour shots come, you're just a couple weeks out from the actual release, so stay tuned for that. More to come, more unboxings on the channel, of course. But let's run through them real quick. AEW Unrivaled Series 8 kicks off with a little Orange Cassidy. One of the figures of the year for AEW for me. Amazing technology with that figure, but it looks to be a lot of reuse here. We see the same kind of jeans. It looks to be the same. Maybe a little bit of color difference in the knee pads. The head sculpt looks the same. The glasses are the same. Coat, possibly the same, different t-shirt underneath than the original Orange Cassidy one, give it a really good point of difference. Once again, it depends. How deep are you into this line? Are you all in on card and loose? Are you picking and choosing one of everybody? I could see people that only want one passing on this one, because in my opinion, the one with his own face on his t-shirt, that's the Orange Cassidy you need if you're only picking one up. But I will pick this one up. I'm picking all these up. You guys know that. But very interesting. Got the nice little thumbs up going on. Extra hands, of course. It doesn't look like he has fisted hands, though. I'm looking at my handy-dandy iPad right here. Could Orange Cassidy be fistless? Could this possibly be true? but we do have him coming out. And then next up, they showed us Chris Statlander. I gotta say, Chris Statlander, possibly my favorite female wrestler going today that's not named Maurice. Yeah, you know me. But Chris Statlander, very good. Obviously, face paint. You know I'm a sucker for face paint. First time in the line. Fabulous looking figure. Elbow joints worry me a little bit. Looks like those elbows might be a little bit weak. But we'll see. We'll see how this one performs at the table, of course, when we review it. But I'm excited for this one. I don't know if I've been that excited for a female figure since the Walgreens Maurice. There you go. There it is. Next up, we saw Trent. Question mark at the end, of course. Trent Beretta, or just Trent now. We do have an old school basic of him. We'll have to do comparison time when that comes up. But Trent, he has the usual FTR type jackets. Not necessarily FTR, but you know what I mean. The vinylish jackets, heavy duty, non-soft goods jackets. So those are always a pain, as you guys know. I'm not the biggest fan of those. So he does have that, but nice details on his trunks, everything else. No chest hair. It's funny, they have the big glamour shot of him right there on the package with all the chest hair, the bright tan skin. Then you look at the figure, I don't know, very no chest hair. You can tell that right away. And then, man, no tanning bed for that one. So a little bit of a misfire there. It's like you're trying to represent this figure. I can see somebody looking at it and say, this doesn't even look like the guy. It doesn't even look like the same guy. So you're opening yourself up for criticism right there on that packaging. But we'll see. Once we get him in hand, that's always the final answer. Then we get my old buddy Chuck Taylor, the old Kentucky gentleman. Never forget my times with old Chucky T back in the day. Just great man. Salt of the earth. Salt of the earth. But Chuck T getting his first ever AEW figure. Always fun to get a first time in the line character. And this looks pretty good, except for the head. The head just looks a little bit off. That big open mouth look with the gums and the teeth showing. Just something's amiss, but hopefully it looks better in person once we get it here at the table to review. But Chuck Taylor, that looks like a pretty good, outside of the head, looks like a good body. We'll see with the head and how that performs at the table. Then we get Chris Jericho return. I know some people are going to groan. Here's Jon Moxley. Here's Chris Jericho again. But you guys, it is a business. You got to have those top performers, the ones everybody knows, in your lines consistently. We see it with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre. He's starting to do that. But we're getting a very good Chris Jericho. You guys know I love face paint. You know I love spikes and stuff. This is heavy metal Chris Jericho. I don't know, though. I don't know. I like the coloring, the red and stuff. Once again, we get that jacket that I'm not the biggest fan, but you got spikes on it. You guys know I'm a sucker for Road Warriors. I'm a sucker for spikes on things. I like the looks of this. I think the hat is reuse. I don't know what shirt exactly is on under here. I'm sure we saw it in the proto pictures back months ago when we did a review. But a lot of reuse with this Jericho. Not a lot of new ground being broken, but it is cool to get a face-painted Painmaker version of Jericho in the line. Looks a little bit clownish in the face, though. Once again, I don't know how well it looks in the photos until you get it in hand. Usually they look a little bit better, so fingers crossed on this one. But it's kind of out there, a little out there. But that is a regular release, so that is cool. Then once again, Jon Moxley. Once again, another version of these jackets and coats going on. Man, they love it. They're not a fan of soft goods. They're telling us that right away. Looks like no extra hands with Moxley. Is this no fists? No fist Moxley, and right on the cover here, he's got two fists going up on the packaging. Could this be real life? I guess it is. So I don't know what's going on. Almost Unrivaled 8 seems like it possibly could be a step back again. Unmatched Series 2 could be the best set we've ever had. Now Unrivaled Series 8, maybe another step back. So boy, this line is very inconsistent. A lot of people were dogging on Mattel and stuff, and I want everybody to be good. I like both of them, but Mattel, we're seeing them really move the needle with some pinless joints and stuff like that. We got to see something like that from AEW. It seems like these starts and stops and back and forth is a little concerning. So Moxley, we got him. Then we get Jericho as the 1 of 3,000. We'll see on that one. He does come with a baseball bat. What is it? Alice? Is that the name? Alice Cooper? I don't know. It's Alice or something like that. But he does have a baseball bat. Got to assume that's the exact same bat as Sting. Got to get the most out of your molds. You guys know how that goes. But he has the spike and everything else. Just different head. Got the scarf going on. So yeah, not the most exciting limited release, I don't think. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. And then finally, another one. The 1 of 5,000 is going to be Jon Moxley. Nowhere near as exciting as the last one with the eye patch. I mean, that was a fanabulous, or fantabulous, or anything else you want to put in for adjectives. But I like that one a whole lot. This one, once again, not the greatest thing. Kind of reminds you a little bit of the Onita fight. I don't know, or when Onita came and visited for the Kenny Omega match. Kind of that kind of style. He's got the Onita look, I guess, long way to get there. But it looks like we're seeing that same Jon Moxley head sculpt we've seen in the past once again. kind of over it a little bit, but he does at least have a fist with this one. So there it is, a little Unrivaled Series 8 late day. Got to shoehorn it into this video, and that's exactly what we did. So back to weekly purchases. Like I said, stay tuned. All right, how about a little Cops and Crooks? Yes, Cops and Crooks. If you watched the Kyle Peterson top 5, oh geez, 2-3 months ago, I did a top 5 most wanted action figure lines to come back that I really want. This was one of them, Cops and Crooks, and it's not what I'm looking for. This is not what I'm picking up. Big Bad Toy Store, the best supporter of the channel. Make sure you hit the old link in the description below. Support the channel. Go through my link. Just save that as your Big Bad Toy Store link, because every time you go through it, it helps support the channel. No cost to you, nothing like that, but it goes through there. But they have Cops and Crooks minifigures. I think it's a small baby step to hopefully getting traditional figures. I could see Super 7 knocking this out of the park, but once again, Super 7, how many lines of yours can I collect? Which really segues us into the next part of the news this week. Simpsons Series 2 coming out, up for pre-order. Once again, Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below. And you guys know I'm a broken record, but your Super 7 figures, always pre-order them from Big Bad Toy Store. They get them about a week after Super 7 historically, but guess what? You don't pay till they ship. Don't let somebody sit on your money for a year, possibly 2 years. Right now, Thundercats Series 2 has been 2 years since the pre-orders went up, and they still have not shipped. If you ordered that set, guess what? They've had your money for 2 years. 2 years. I mean, it's not like you could retire off the interest, but wouldn't you like to have that interest of that money? Big Bad Toy Store, the way to go for Super 7. You get them great, you get them in nice condition, all that kind of fun stuff. But you don't pay till they ship, and you can support the channel. So there's a little cheap plug right in the middle there, but I'm not just, I'm kind of like the Men's Warehouse guy. I'm not only a client, or is it the hair guy? I don't know. One of those guys. I'm not just a client. I do use them. I do use them for a lot of the stuff you see on the channel. But Super 7 Series 2 Simpsons coming in hot. I can't decide what to do. You guys know one of my biggest regrets back in the day was not getting the Playmate Simpson figures. So now I'm like, I should go all in on these. But once again, how many lines can you collect from Super 7 or anything in general? It's like you got to cut it off. I keep going back and forth. Big Bad Toy Store, you can still pre-order Series 1 Simpsons. That's another nice thing. Super 7 gives you a 30-day window. Big Bad Toy Store usually puts them up for months and months and months, so you got longer time to make your decision. So I could order Series 1, Series 2 all in one fell swoop. I just don't know. I am truly torn on the matter. I really do think these look good. We're getting Bartman, we're getting Krusty, we're getting Duffman, and we're getting Hank Scorpio. Now, I love that Hank Scorpio deep cut like we got Poochie in Series 1. But that being said, we had some complaints. I had some complaints in Series 1 that I felt like we need at least one prime-time family member in every set. You know, you got Mo, and you got Krusty kind of in this one as far as main character looks, and then you get some of the Duffman side, Hank Scorpio side characters. Bartman is a good one, but I think you got to go regular Bart Simpson before you jump into Bartman. I really want to complete the main Simpsons family before you get to some of these alternate attires, because it always worries me, and we've seen it before with lines in history, where they didn't get everybody made. They canceled the line, and all of a sudden you're stuck with whatever. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen to Super 7, but I feel like they could do one oddball character, one main family member, and maybe just, you know, a really deep cut character, and then a supporting player, the Moes, the Krusties, the Principal Skinners. I wish it was that way. So it's a very interesting go-to-market strategy, and we'll see how that pays off for them. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments, did you pre-order these Super 7s? I know that old outlaw Waylon Jennings, he just pre-ordered Poochie. That was it. He's one and done. Bless his heart. I wish I could do that. You guys know me. I go big or I go home. And right now I'm going home, but man, I'm on the fence to going big. So I got to decide what to do with these Super 7s, but hopefully it comes to me very soon, as I would like to make a decision soon. So there you go. If you guys can sway me, sway me. There it is. But pre-order those at Big Bad Toy Store if you're so inclined right now and you're looking for The Simpsons. G.I. Joe Classified. Oh boy, you guys know I love G.I. Joe. I love the G.I. Joe Classified series. They very well could be set up to be the series set toy line of 2022. They are firing on all cylinders. We just saw the Bat and Alley Viper recently unboxed on the channel. We know Snake Eyes, or not Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Spirit, Cobra Officer coming really soon. People that ordered have started getting orders, which is just absolutely crazy. That Croc Master's coming. There's rumors of the Walmart Retro line, and of course we got Tiger Force coming to Target. Tiger Force, my favorite G.I. Joe sub-team of all time, led of course by Flint, the greatest G.I. Joe and the true leader of G.I. Joe if you ask me. Flint is in that. So hopefully get a Flint Tiger Force sometime before the year is up. But we did hear that Tiger Force Duke is coming with a vehicle. He is going to be the vehicle. We saw Breaker in the past with Ram Cycle, Baroness with a motorcycle, and it sounds like Duke will have a vehicle. I'm hoping it is the Tiger Paw. That would be awesome if we get the Tiger Paw for Duke. It's going to be a smaller vehicle, but we'll see. Hopefully not another motorcycle. Hopefully they give us something different. And the Tiger Paw, I think, would be firing on all cylinders for Joe collectors. So stay tuned for that, but that was kind of leaked out there. We've also seen new back packaging this week, the new classified set with the Spirit and that, so you can kind of see how it's showing more of the characters as the line evolves. People get added to the card art, all that kind of fun stuff. Just really, really cool. I'm all in on the Joes. I can't wait for more Joes. You guys know that was my lifeblood of my childhood, so more Joes, the better. Sign me up all day long. Stay tuned on the channel. And once again, Super 7, they got the Joe line coming out this year. Super 7, you're killing me. You're killing me. But I love it. I love it at the same time. So a lot of G.I. Joe talk, and then kind of borderline G.I. Joe talk, Action Force. If you guys have been following along with Action Force, that is the line that signed Sergeant Slaughter. They got Steel Brigade, the old G.I. Joe character Steel Brigade. The license went out from Hasbro. They jumped in. Well, if you go to Big Bad Toy Store, once again, as of Friday, they put up for pre-order the Valaverse Action Force line, Series 2A and Series 2B. Pre-orders are up. Get them in. Another Sergeant Slaughter figure. Got to get that. Tim Kennedy, if you guys are familiar with MMA, I'm an old school MMA guy. You guys know that. I trained, I fought, I did all that kind of fun stuff. Tim Kennedy, back in my day, was a big deal. A big deal. Maybe some of you guys know him, maybe some of you guys don't know him. But they did base one of the figures on Tim Kennedy, which I think is really cool. That's one thing Valaverse is going to do. I think they're going to take a lot of pulp culture people, MMA fighters, other people. Hey, you guys can take my likeness any day you want. Make a figure in the Action Force line. I'm all here for it. Just give me one free sample. That's all I ask. I'll sign up today. But I'm here for it, the Valaverse. A nice complement to your G.I. Joe collections. Guys like Sergeant Slaughter, they're going to look great with your classifieds. But some of the other guys, maybe supporting players in the background, maybe Dreadnoks, things like that. More G.I. Joe type stuff in the 6-inch scale. Old Kyle's here for it. I'm picking these up. I can't wait till my Series 1 orders come through via Big Bad Toy Store, of course. People that did the Kickstarter, you know, they booked it a year out. They sat on their money, that whole story. They are getting their figures right now. I got to think Big Bad Toy Store in the next couple of weeks, and we'll review those, unbox those on the channel, so stay tuned. I'm very excited about that. And finally, Big Bad Toy Store, if you're looking for Masters Universe Origins Revelations, they had new pre-orders go up last week. I think it was, I don't know, it was some night, Saturday night, Sunday night, something like that. But if you're looking for some of those, man, get your pre-orders in. You guys know I always love Big Bad Toy Store because I always get them unpunched, and that's half the battle for me with the Masters. I always want them unpunched. Big Bad Toy Store comes through. We'll talk a little bit about that in weekly purchases. A couple of housekeeping notes before we get into the weekly purchases, and I got to give a big ol' see you later up top to the old Edmondson Heights guys, always watching the channel, always supporting the channel. Big up to you guys out there. And then, of course, album of the week this week, the band Charger. Now, not quite an album of the week, but more of a single of the week. And if you guys are not familiar with Charger, I've worn their shirts a few times in a few of the videos. Love me some Charger. Old Matt from Rancid, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with Rancid. This is his side band. Very Motorhead inspired, so you know they got my ears immediately, me being a big Motorhead fan. Charger is the band's name. They released a new song called Rolling Through the Night with video. Check that one out. If you like Matt from Rancid, he always does at least one vocal on every Rancid album. I love him. I absolutely love it, and I love the Motorhead-inspired sound. Hopefully they get touring through the Midwest one of these days so I can check them out. So more to come on those. But Charger, can't wait for the full-length album. If you missed their first full-length, go pick that one up. Old Charger. There you go. All right, let's get down to it. You guys know last week we did a little giveaway. For new year, new me, new Kyle, 12,000 subscribers, we did a giveaway of the Young Bucks. I had 2 Young Bucks laying around. I said, hey, let's give them away, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Hopefully you guys follow the rules. Hopefully you got your entries in, and of course, we'll have more giveaways in the future, so stay tuned for that. But old Troy Palumbo. Troy, there he is, a little picture of his post there. Troy, I've seen him supporting the channel before, so thank you for following the directions. Thank you for supporting. Hey, make sure you hit that notification bell. There you go. But thank you for being a subscriber. Thanks to all you guys that entered. And Troy, you are the big winner. Hit me up on Twitter or something, and I will get those out Monday morning, depending how fast you get to me. But yeah, there you go. So there it is, a little housekeeping. Now let's get down to the main event, the weekly purchases. All right, let's get down to it. Let's see what all the fuss is about. Let's get down to the weekly purchases and an interesting week this week. Nothing in the stores, as you guys saw with my figure hunt video. Bare bones out there. Next couple of weeks should be some good clearance. Then we start getting some new stock. But of course, the Big Bad Toy Stores of the world. This is what this video should be themed, Big Bad Toy Store. A lot of Big Bad Toy Store talk. A lot of stuff from Big Bad Toy Store this week. So here we go. Let's get into it though. Let's hit it right off, and let's hit it right off hot with Big Bad Toy Store. Super 7, Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, the Super 7 Ultimate Editions. As usual, go in the link in the description below. Support via Big Bad Toy Store. They got these before Super 7 sent them out. So Big Bad Toy Store coming in real hot. Of course, we'll unbox these on the channel. A lot of people are interested to hear what my thoughts are on these, and I'll be as honest as I can be. We'll talk about the good, we'll talk about the bad, and we'll talk about the ugly. As historically, you guys know for me, Super 7 has really struggled with human faces. I've always felt that going to the New Japan figures, but they kill things like Ninja Turtles and LJN-inspired Thundercat figures. Things like that, Super 7 knocks it out of the park. King Diamond, Ghost, people with masks, people with face paint. Beautiful. Sometimes the head sculpts will leave a little something desired. So we're going to see, we're going to find out. We'll probably unbox these tomorrow, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, but we'll get those Ultimates unboxed ASAP. And then another one, you guys know, Big Bad Toy Store coming in hot, saving us from Walmart, as this week I did get cancellation notices on my WWE Masters Universe Origins figures. 7 and 8 both canceled. Thankfully, Big Bad Toy Store came to all of our rescues a few weeks ago. Hopefully you were following me. I put up links when they were for pre-order. They came through this week, Big Bad Toy Store, with the delivery, so we'll be unboxing these this week as well. Got old JYD, Junkyard Dog, of course. You got to have the Hitman Brit, Hitman Heart, Triclops inspired. I absolutely love that. Sergeant Slaughter. It truly was the year of Sergeant Slaughter. A lot of Valaverse figures. We got San Diego Comic-Con figures, and then Masters WWE Origins. And then, of course, Andre the Giant. This one I'm super excited for. First time in the line technology. Always going to be cool. It's going to be really sad to see this line end, but never say never. You never know. Wait a little bit. We might hear some more about this line. The retros came back. I wouldn't be shocked to see these come back down the line somewhere. So fingers crossed on that. But Big Bad Toy Store coming through once again. And I should say I got my mint on card versions unpunched as well from them. So we got Sergeant Slaughter. We got another JYD, of course. So we got those two. And then I already got these two in Defenders. I need to order more Defenders. But we got Andre the Giant once again. And, of course, Bret Hitman Hart once again. So there it is. Very happy, very sad at the same time to see the Masters WWE Universe line come to an end. And kudos to Walmart for canceling our orders. That's very disappointing. I was very peeved at that. I know a lot of people were. I was really peeved because I already had these as backup, and they ended up being my backup. But the Hollywood Roddy Piper figure, the only one I'm missing from that Hollywood line, for whatever reason, canceled by Piper. So will I ever see that Piper? I need to find that, and I don't know. Nothing in my area, as you guys know, so hopefully that Piper, I find a way to get that very soon. Stay tuned, I guess. That's all best I can say. How about these two? I got these two on the cheap sale. Earlier last year, they finally did ship with some other stuff, but I think these were $5 for both of these. I said, $5, what the heck? What the heck? Otis, Tucker, Heavy Machinery. I do really feel they missed the mark a little bit on these guys. But yeah, we'll talk about this. I'm thinking I have that War Raiders, Viking Raiders, the two basics of those, and I have the, was it Fish and O'Reilly, plus these two. I might just do a tag team unboxing basic, just to see how these are. So stay tuned. I might do that on the channel when it slows down. When it slows down sometimes. Those are good videos to kind of fluff in there on slow days. So there you go. But not a slow day. How about a little Ringside Collectibles exclusive Tommaso Ciampa? Oh, there it is, the old War Games. I'm anxious to see how this one looks. You guys know I love a masked figure, especially in my wrestling game. So we'll see. An interesting Ringside exclusive. We'll deep dive into this one sometime this week, so stay tuned. Subscribe, all that fun stuff. I also got these on clearance. Finally, I said, what the heck? Pulled the trigger. It's the Masked Republic, Legends of Lucha Libre, boss fight, I should say, accessory packs. And I'm not a huge accessory pack guy, but I figured, you know what, I'll get these two on clearance. I still have that old AEW pack from the barbed wire and all that play set. And then I did order the new one with the Cracker Barrel, so that should be coming in the next couple of weeks. I figure we'll unbox all the accessories together. We'll just do an accessories unboxing. We'll see. We'll see what the verdict is on those. But always interesting to get stuff like this, especially first time in the line weapons for your fig photography and fun stuff like that. I did crack down on clearance once again. One of my favorite packs from 2020, and gun to my head right now, probably my all-time favorite Roddy Piper Mattel figure as far as heads go. Tremendous Piper. I just felt this 2-pack just means a lot. I just think it's just really cool. I love the packaging. I love the characters. I just thought this was one of those ones I wouldn't mind having a mint on card one, and I finally picked one up. Gotta get a deal, and if you're not doing that, what are you doing? Gotta get a deal. Piper Mr. T in the collection, mint on box, mint on card. So there you go. And then we got to give a shout out, the weekly shout out to that old outlaw Waylon Jennings, always looking out for his boy Kyle, always scratching each other's back. I found him some brand new Power Rangers this week. Well, what did he find me at his local Target? He found Kyle his uh-oh, jeez, knocking things over. Hold on, watch out. Found Kyle his 2 bats. So I got 2 more bats to the collection. You guys know I've got about 4 of these. I need 1 on card and a couple for the shelf. I picked these up, of course, at Target. And it was very fitting because that same day, guess what? Amazon moved my order a month ahead to end of February. So that's when my bats are coming. And I said, you know what? I'm canceling Amazon. Old Waylon, he got these 2. I'm done on the bat hunt. I still need another Alley Viper, so hopefully I come across that. I'm not too worried. I got one coming from Amazon. I'll get it eventually, but 1 more Alley Viper is what I need. So we'll wait on that. How about a good shout out, a good brother shout out? We do these a lot. Adam Topless out there, all the way from Australia, and I say it all the time. There's only really 2 places I have any interest in the world to visit, and it's Canada and Australia. Those are the only 2 places Kyle would really leave his house for. It seems crazy. A lot of people say, you don't want to go to Belize, you don't want to go to Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica. I went on the Motorhead cruises, 2 of them, 2 Motorhead cruises. And I sailed the 7 seas with Captain Lemmy, time of my life. I'm not one for adventure like that. I'm one to go figure hunting. A perfect vacation for me is I don't have to work and I can just go figure hunting in new stores. That's what Kyle wants to do. He wants to be in the toy business. That's what he needs to do, I guess. But Australia and Canada, for whatever reason, I think it's the rich wrestling heritage of Canada. Their super gigantic malls and their Toys R Us stores. That's why I want to go to Canada. But Australia, something about Australia has always captured my imagination from a little kid. So I don't know. One of these days, whole family, we're going to take an Australian adventure. We're going to watch out for snakes. We're going to watch out for spiders. But anyways, Adam, beautiful Australian, sent me some Australian candy. So the kids and I have been diving into this kind of stuff, and I love crazy things, and I will eat anything. One of these days we'll tell about the day Kyle, just to get a grade higher in science in college, he ate a handful of mystery bugs. I just went through for the whole class and ate them. I'll do anything for a grade, but these, much better than the bugs I ate. So thank you, Adam, for sending these along. Always appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. And then we got a couple of things. I think we're almost done. It's a shorter week, and that's all right. I love a shorter week. These we unboxed on the channel this week. The Retro Vision Retro Scarlet Witch. If you missed that unboxing, check it out. Sleeper figures. This Vision, I said, yeah, I probably need to get this one. Scarlet, I said, yeah, I've got a few of them. Don't really need them. Dynamite figures. Must-haves. See you later. See you later. Pick those up anywhere. Big Bad Toy Store. Once again, there you go. Big Bad Toy Store. Boy, you owe me. You owe me, guys. There it is. And then the final pickup out there, it kind of falls into a that's so hard to say goodbye. Is sometimes you get caught up in a little FOMO. Sometimes you buy something you think is pretty cool, and then you're like, I don't know. Do I really like this? Or, in my case with this example, I said, I like this, but you know what? They're going for so much on eBay. I said, I don't like it enough to not turn down a deal. I can buy this. I can sell my set, and then I can buy something I really, really want, and that's what I did. But then Walmart threw us a huge curveball. What am I talking about? We're talking about the Batman Who Laughs and Robins. The DC pack, Walmart exclusive right now. So you get the 3 Robins and the Batman Who Laughs. As you guys know, I think we unboxed these on the channel way back. But these were going for astronomical prices, even loose. And I said, guess what? I get my money back plus more money to buy other stuff. I'm going to do it. So about 2-3 months ago, I sold my set. But then Walmart put this up for pre-order for $39. Doesn't make sense. That's cheaper than they cost by themselves. So I said, you know what? I always liked that set. It's not that I didn't like that set. I thought it looked really cool, but it just, the money at the time meant more to me. I figured, you know what? I'll get that money. I'll use it to something else. It is what it is. But for $39, I said, I'll pick this up again, and I'll probably end up 2 years from now doing the same thing, probably selling this on eBay. But very cool pack. We might open this on the channel. We'll see. But I'm here for it. I love it. I love the idea. McFarlane fans, I'm sure they absolutely hate this re-release. It really does drop the value on the other ones. But for you mint in box people, this displays beautifully to get these all here together. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. But I thought that was a cool thing from Walmart, and I think we're going to see more of this stuff in the future. McFarlane Online, you can buy the Build-A-Figures, things like that. It's interesting times with McFarlane. When he's hot, he's hot. When he's not, like a young Jerry Reed. And you know what else Jerry Reed says? We've got a long way to go and a short time to go. Exactly, he does say that. And that's about where we're at this week. We are done with weekly purchases. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. A lot of exciting things coming to the channel. Not just unboxings, but a lot of other stuff. Maybe even some Guinness Book of World Records stuff. Stay tuned for that, of course. And all the other fun stuff and shenanigans. And who knows? Maybe you'll see me somewhere else down the line. Stay tuned, and subscribe, comment, like, let me know what you guys picked up this week. And then, of course, don't forget to follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. If you want to support the channel, support whatever we're doing, because guess what? You got to pay for these things. Pick up a t-shirt, be the most fashionable guy or gal in your whole neighborhood. And my favorite shirt is exactly what I'm going to be doing this weekend. I'm rocking and rolling, strolling my way into the weekend. I'll see you guys real soon. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and back at you with a little something special today. Yes, we got a special video. As you guys know, 2021 was a dynamite time on the channel. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Make sure you subscribe to the channel. But that being said, 2021, I promised, I gave my word to every one of you guys that I would do a daily Star Wars video in 2021. And guess what? I held up my end of the agreement. 375 Star Wars videos in 2021. One every single day and a couple of days with extra, as you guys know. So every single day in 2021, we did a Star Wars video. And I said, you Guinness Book of World Records people, you guys better watch out. You better watch out. I'm coming for you. The world record, it's time. I've always wanted to be in the Guinness World Record books. This is my shot at glory. You got one shot, folks. I took it. I did it. I came through on my end. Reached out to the folks at Guinness. They said, hey, we got to check our list. We got to check it twice. We got to check out the YouTube, make sure it was daily. Well, I'm happy to announce today we've got a special guest coming into the channel here. We'd like to introduce a special guest here today.
Hey, thanks for having me, Kyle.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yep, that's right. We at the Guinness Book of World Records wanted to personally hand deliver this absolutely authentic certificate in recognition of your incredible yet extremely specific accomplishment. Congratulations,
Well,
Kyle.
I thank you very much for
Very
taking the
welcome.
time to come all the way here to my house, check out the collection,
Right.
present me with this very prestigious award. As you know, if you're a kid of the 80s, I don't know how old you are, probably about the same age as me.
Sure.
Sure, yeah. And Guinness Book of World Records was a thing every kid read as a kid. Everybody wanted to be in it. Now's my time to shine. We got it done. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being around. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see what 2022 brings us.